Hallo VIII Family. Willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Own Your Process. Mein Name ist Michèl Fois. Ich freue mich, dass du heute dabei bist und wünsche dir viel Spaß mit dem Podcast. In dieser Folge spreche ich mit einem Gast. Wenn du gerne einmal als Gast zu Own Your Process kommen möchtest, lass uns gerne eine Nachricht oder Mail zukommen. Mein heutiger Gast ist mein Freund und das Marketing- und Branding-Genie Pablo Arciniegas. Wir unterhalten uns über den Wert, den die Erfahrung an sich haben kann und warum man diese als solche auch wertschätzen sollte. Today's guest will be my friend and marketing and branding genius Pablo Arciniegas. And as Pablo took a major role in creating the VIII headquarters, a lot of our topic will be to create an experience and to value it. As I don't speak Spanish, we will be having this conversation in English, and it's our second language, so don't be too hard on us. We will be having a lot of fun, so come and join us. Own Your Process, der VIII Podcast mit Informationen und Inspirationen zu allen Aspekten der achtsamen Fitness. And we're on. Pablo, nice to have you.
Nice to be here. I love the whole setup, dude. It's like professional, and my voice sounds like an angel.
That's why I picked you for this one.
Yeah,
the
thanks.
man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm gonna go with my low voice for this one.
Yeah, so Pablo is happily married, but if there are any applications, we don't know.
Suggestions?
Okay, let's see. Maybe let's see.
Yeah, that's another episode right now. Yeah. Different kind of experience that I want to live right now.
Value your relationships.
Exactly. Value your life.
So, second time, basically, and once again, the good old can sound. It's funny because that's exactly what you did when he had the can. Hold
Really?
it to the microphone and get the best out of the...
I just want to share with the people here the delicious limonata by San Pellegrino.
Oh yeah, it's a must-have in summer. It's quite sour, but nothing beats it when it's super hot. So great to have you.
Cheers. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you. Without you, there wouldn't be an VIII headquarters. So once again,
that's very generous of you. I was just so happy of being part of the whole process. It was really amazing.
Yeah, for me, it was the first kind of an experience like that, to see what you can really create if you manage to express what you want to do with the stuff and how you do it, because that's basically the whole kind of topic that the both of us met over, is that in Germany we tend to do things like this and like that, and it really looks in a way only pragmatic. It only serves its purpose, but it doesn't deliver the experience. And a lot of my clients already know you from the summer fests and stuff like that, and I told a lot of my friends about you, and I also had an episode on the origin of the headquarter and how it all came together, and how what kind of a role you played in that, and the signature phrase of "dude, you gotta create an experience." And that really stuck with me, and it made me think about certain decisions twice, not only for the sake of the purpose or the sake of the aesthetics of something like that, but really to make it fit into the whole process as a whole and as an experience. So that really, I would say, compared with I think I can say that, with the good work that I did before that, but I only did the kind of work that I was used to do, it really took it to another level as an experience, and it opened new possibilities for me to make things work together, synergies that made people more compliant, get it in a whole new way. And to be fair, that is after that, I tried to look at things differently from a branding perspective and from things that you've taught me to see whether somebody put the thoughts in there and created an experience, or whether they just put their certificate on the wall and said, okay, we can do this and that here. And that's pretty much everything. What you feel is up to you. We don't take a part in that, but that's only, you leave a lot on the table if you only do stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that nowadays, when you say that it's a German thing of pragmatic Germans, I think it's more worldwide stuff. And one of the first things that I did because what I started was with a branding agency, and I've been doing that for 20 years. And the challenge was to make people understand what's the difference between a logo, making just logo type and the name, and branding. Because people think that it's once you get your logo, your name, then you just do the business cards and then just put it on the billboard or whatever, and that's it. And nowadays, even now with AI, you can do that in 10 seconds. And it's going to do something correct. If you type like, this is the type of gym I want to do, this type of training, this type of words, it's going to give you good enough solutions, okay? So when people think that's a brand, they're thinking that as in the sense that if I tell you that my daughter's name is Emma, that's enough for you to know, right?
Now I know her as a person.
You have to know her. You have to know what kind of person is that, not to be able... when a brand understands that you're not trying to sell to everyone, but you're trying to deliver a promise of a change, okay? What change you want to give? The change that you're promising, how coherent is that in the experience that you're delivering? And if you have that, you can build a community of people who believe in that change and want to participate in the change. So it's not that the brand is going to explain how to do it. It's, I want you to come up with me and let's bring that change into the world, okay? And that, for me, it's the whole magic of it. And brands work not because we as a branding person or consultant or company can do our magic, is we help identify the magic that the person or the brand already has. Because that's really the problem, is that most brands or a company, if they've been open for 4 years, they're doing something right. The problem is that normally they don't know what is that they're doing right, okay?
And how to express it.
Exactly. So you need someone, like the trees don't let you see the forest, okay? So it's the way to make it easy for your audience to go, I like what I'm listening to, you know? And also as important as I don't want to be part of that change. That's as important.
To keep people away that are probably not that interested in the product or the service that you offer.
More than away, it's being clear.
Yeah.
This is what we represent. Do you like it? Yeah. Okay, welcome aboard. How can I make you feel welcome here? Okay? Are you interested? No. Okay, maybe I can point you to a different direction where I can help you. Or good luck, you know? But it's just a matter of personal taste. It's not that it's good or bad. It's just that change that you're promising is not something that I find relevant. Perfect. And that, when you make it through enough experience, enough coherence in the communication, you build a brand.
Yeah. That is, I feel like I'm in the process of building or rebuilding and clarifying VIII all over again, because that was that was like the concentrated or the essence of what you taught me. So in a really short, brief, that's the information that one has to know, but so the more important part is to apply it.
It's going to be the shortest podcast.
Yeah, thank you guys. No, but I mean, That really shows why you are the magician for me. Not just the skills with creating the stuff or visualizing it or putting it into pictures or videos, but really making people, and that's an important thing, who are open to that.
Yeah, exactly.
And willing to take the necessary steps to make them express their authentic and unique, as you said, clear voice. That's what you always say. Your voice, or find a certain kind of language, or the way you express it, the way only you can do it. I mean, there's fitness all over the planet.
Yeah,
there's very different approaches to it. How is a way of doing it with 8 different aspects different or valuable for which kind of people to do it? Show me how, explain it to me, make me feel it as a branding consultant in that way, to let me get how you will be able to communicate it to other people. And that's
the secret for me. It's that it depends more on the client that it depends on me. And I'll tell you why. Because it's easier to try to sell to everyone. Okay? It's safer. If you tell me that you want to open fitness center,
24 hours open for everybody.
Yeah, and you tell me, and I ask you, okay, who's your client? And you say, everyone. Everyone's my client. Of course, that's safer for you. And it's safer for everyone because we're just doing something that makes sense. Okay? When you tell that it's a specific kind of person who find fitness as a process and the way to finding it, then you're being specific.
Yeah.
And when you're being specific, you could be wrong, right? Because you're saying, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to share, and maybe some people will say, I'm not interested in. Okay? So it takes courage on doing something for a specific community that you want to serve, instead of saying, I want to be open for everyone. And that's why it's not easy to build a brand. It's easier to just say, I'll do whatever it takes so that money comes in. The difference is, I'm going to do everything to find the community of people who will want to do the change that I want to see in the world. So that's where I think you cannot do branding just on your own. You cannot force that into someone. I cannot tell you how and what's important and how to say it. It's that you have to find your own voice, and then we will help you how to make it clear, how to make it specific. Okay? But the real secret, the secret sauce, it's inside of you. That's it. We just need to find it and express it and just offer it. It's like in an all-you-can-eat buffet. You choose, okay, from which dish do I want to eat? Do I want to feed myself from? So you just have to be an appetizing dish for someone, not for everyone.
I really focused on the part where you said it takes courage. And that really resonated with me, because of course it does, but that's a virtue, right? To be courageous, to step out of your comfort zone and say, I might fail out here, and I am willing to, because I really believe in this thing that I'm doing, and I really believe that there are people who deserve that I'm being courageous right now, because they are exactly looking for what I am offering. And you are sort of responsible to share your magic in that way, or I feel responsible to do that. And your whole work and your expertise on certain things felt like I would say like a safety blanket or an umbrella out in that uncomfortable area, out of my comfort zone, where I had to be confident about the things that I offer and say, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm not offering this or that only for money's sake or something like that. But I want to make it my way. And I think by doing that, it's going to be right. And with Pablo's assurance, I can be courageous enough to hold on to what I'm believing in and then make it happen.
I think what this world needs, it's more brave brands, braver people. Someone
Definitely.
who is willing to take a stand in something that they believe in. And I think here, what makes a difference, it's about this kind of leadership. Because really, when you're a brand, you're going to become a leader for someone or a group of people. And this leadership, it's not about that I know the answers. All right? It's about that I'm willing to go as far as it's needed, and we will do it together. Okay? Yeah. So maybe I'm not the brightest one, maybe I'm not the fittest one, maybe I'm not the most able one, but I'm the one who you're going to trust because I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here yesterday, tomorrow, and tomorrow. Okay? So it's not about that I'm the best. It's about that I'm the one who is willing to do it.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference.
I'm out here for
exactly,
you.
For you every day.
Yeah.
Every day I'm learning, I'm thriving, I'm with you every day I'm learning, and I'm willing to evolve in that process. It's not because I know it, it's because I want to know where it's going to take me. Okay? And that is leadership. It's not give me the answers, it's let me be a part of something. And that makes a difference.
Yeah, that makes a difference in leading, but also I think we should, where there's a point to be made in the thing that it also takes a certain attitude to follow differently, because people are mostly looking for this solution. Give me the solution.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me order it Prime. Let me have it tomorrow. Yeah. Give me only the solution. And once you say this old-fashioned and really dumb saying that the reward or the way is more the goal than the process is basically your reward or what makes it possible for you to feel like you've earned something, then people tend to turn away and say, okay, that's not what I want to follow. I don't want to follow somebody who's saying, we are walking this path for the sake of walking this path, as this makes us better people. No, I want to follow somebody who takes me to the goal, whatever that might be, and even if it's an illusion. And that's where I would say we should also criticize most people's ability of following or blind believing or falling for stuff that we would hope to be true to get a solution for our problems or something like that.
Yeah, that's the irony of that. We're waiting always for it. When I get it, I will feel it. Ooh. Okay, and there's this thing that probably the amount of joy that you're capable of feeling today, it's the same amount that you will have tomorrow. So if you're not good, I'm not a fan of the word happiness. I think it's a marketing word.
Me neither.
I think it's just happiness. It's just a way of pushing us, of chasing something else. And you cannot chase something that nobody has taken away from you. Happiness is yours. It's like a dog biting its own tail. It's yours. Nobody's taking it. If you want to feel happy, go ahead. Okay? You don't need to be authorized or someone has to give you permission to be happy. But the thing is that we do that because from school, we're being said, okay, you have to get this grades. Yeah. If you get these grades, you get to this university. If you get university, this career, this job, this family, and you're always waiting for something else.
Yeah.
So we've forgotten about the importance of feeling good now with what we have, that it's good enough, that it's fine enough, and it's at the end. What we'll remember the most it's these moments. These moments. It's not the way when you're looking back to school or to university. The best day of school or university, it's not the day you graduated. It's the little stories that happen in between, the friends you made, the things that you knew were you passionate about.
Yeah. Even if there were cries or something like that.
Because of those.
Yeah. The ups and the downs, yeah.
When we stop trying to look after something, look for something, give me a reason to do it, but just the act of being curious. What I truly believe is you have curiosity, passion, purpose. And those are the steps. So curiosity, it's like, I want to know more about this, right? Like maybe with you, why did you get into fitness? You started looking and you felt good. You saw some changes mentally, physically in your life, and you said, I want to do a little bit more. And when you start doing it more, suddenly you go like, ooh, I'm not bad at this. I don't suck. At least, I can do it maybe a little bit better than the other people. So that's when you start saying, I feel some kind of passion because I want to do it because I want to do it. There's no reward. It's just in the sense of I want to do more. And when you do a lot and more of something, the next natural step, I want to share it. So that's purpose. It's when you go, I found something following this curiosity. I found this little pearl, this little jewel, and now I want to show it to the world, right? But the problem is that we want to start with purpose. We want to start with passion. And we don't remember that the first step is curiosity.
Yeah, and doing it. Yeah.
Follow it. Yeah. Follow something, whatever it is. Yeah. You don't like it after whatever time, okay, go ahead and go for the next one.
But in the end, eventually you will know that you don't like it, and you will not only think that you might not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it's an experience, something that you learn. So being able to, like what you just said, in the companies, it's very important at the beginning, you're going to say yes to a lot of stuff. And then as you get better, you're going to say no to much more stuff because you know what you represent and what you do. So you can focus that energy in what you want to do instead of trying to do everything for everyone.
Yeah, I was also thinking about, or that is what I always think is that for me, happiness is something that is rather, you mentioned it as an illusion, but for me, it would always be something to become happy or to be happy is rather a kind of passive thing. You hope for things to be that good that it's okay for you to be happy.
Yeah.
In a certain way. To become happy because of that. That sounds super crazy and wrong. But what I want to say is that in German, there's also a difference between Glück, like happiness, or glücklich, and zufrieden, like content in a way, content or just fine. And it doesn't mean that you're okay with having less or something like that. It's just with like in having less in a bad way, but seeing how much you actually have and how much you can do right now and finding joy in that. And zufrieden means in a certain way that it also gives you peace to be okay with that. And this kind of Glück or happiness illusion that is always, it's like, have we been talking about
also
like
luck?
The horizon in a way. Like you go there, and it doesn't really matter where you go. The horizon will always move a certain thing, and that is a happiness illusion, basically for me. But being at peace with what you are doing, you can strive, but you should not attach to the things that might also fail, but also be attached to doing whatever it might be, walking the walk, doing the whole process. But if you attach to crossing that finish line in the end, it won't be sustainable. It will not be fulfilling after all. It might be a short moment of joy, but in the end, it will definitely not be the thing you expected it to be.
Yeah, and that's why they say that be scared of the athlete who trains with joy.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that's and you've read stories like that from Djokovic, and I think it was Michael Phelps or someone who, after winning everything they could, they got into this huge depression because they didn't have any sense of what's next. It was just about getting it, and once you get it, and you're supposed to be happy, so once you get it, you should be happy, right? But then you notice that it's the same old day, it's the same routine, it's the same body, it's the same mind, and really having that trophy or that gold medal didn't really change your life.
There's
it
more
changed
to
a
it.
moment.
Yeah, there's more to it.
There's more to it, and that's what I was saying. If during that process you didn't find yourself to be content and to be okay with who you are, you're not going to find it later. That's what you have to work on right now, on the how can I make this joyfully? How can I go to work? Because you can make a decision every day that you go to work. Do I want to go there like with a smile and see what I can learn, what can I give? Or I can wait for someone that my boss tells me if I'm doing a good job, if the salary is saying what kind of employee am I? And then you're always waiting for this feedback, right? Always asking everyone. And Oprah Winfrey says that 90% of the guests that she has on the show, they ask her always the same question. And that is, how did I do? 90% of the people, as soon as they finish the interview, they ask, how did I do? Right? Because you're looking for that acknowledgement of, am I okay? Am I good enough? Right? And I think that's the I won't say it's a disease, but it's something that you have to be careful of. Who gives you that sense of progress? Right? If, for example, with training, you'll see that some people, maybe they train and you'll have six-pack in a month. And maybe some people can train for years and years and will never have a six-pack, right? So if that's your sense of fitness, you're going to be frustrated.
If you're not the kind of person who gets visible
because genetically, that's the way you accumulate fat. Maybe your body has, and you have different metabolism, a lot of stuff. And maybe the day that you really have the six-pack, maybe you're going to feel that you don't have enough energy and a lot of stuff.
Most likely, exactly.
You're
going to feel like that.
Because it's not the body that you need for the activities that you're doing. But if that's your sense of achievement, you're chasing your own tail. It's like saying, I'm never going to be able to get it. And if I get it, I'll bite my own tail, right? So the definition, it's the most important part of the process on what for you is fitness, right?
Yeah, so I couldn't help but think about three words that were hovering around you, or the words that you were saying, and it's and every single one of them means something in the whole few hundred words that you might have just said. So it's own your process. So finding out what is the process, what makes it yours. That's what you said. If you define it with the visible apps, for instance, or if your thing demands that you wake up in the middle of the night because you have this and that job, or you have those responsibilities with your family, this makes it yours. This is what creates all the circumstances that we, or the rules for the game that we have to use or definitely obey in the end too. So, and the last thing to really make it, to master it, is owning it. In a way, I mean, it's being responsible for it, taking the responsibility for it, and also acting accordingly. Like, you are the one responsible for that stuff.
And it was your decision. And the other thing that I would say that would be super nice to include, it's to thank your progress, right? To be able to say, yeah, maybe it's not what I expected, but it's getting better.
Yeah.
Okay? I have more energy. I sleep better.
Yeah.
I'm eating better. I can stretch longer. All of those are signs of progress.
Totally.
And if you're grateful on, I'm going to identify where am I getting better, you will see those little hints everywhere, everywhere. Instead of saying, when I lose 2 kilograms, then that's the only thing you're going to focus on. Every morning you're going to wake up and going, oh yeah. But then if you do it, then you're scared. Oh, what happens if I gain those 2 kilograms again? And if you gain those 2 kilograms again because you're retaining water or whatever, or because you're human and you ate a little bit more on a weekend, then you start doubting of yourself. So you're feeding into this feedback that it's not helping you. So choose what's progress for you. Because if you're progressing, you go and put your head on the pillow and sleep very nice. When you go, today was worth it.
Yeah, it was part of the process, no matter how much progress in the end, if it was only 100 grams or 400 grams towards my goal. But that also brings me back to this whole ownership idea, that also embrace stuff that maybe, made you fall back a few steps. Or I heard something on another podcast a few days ago, or weeks even, but that was powerful. So don't be annoyed about the results you didn't make because of the work you didn't do.
Oh, cool.
And that's something I would say that we are really prone to do. I mean, how many people are saying, I do this and I do that and it really doesn't work. Okay, what are you saying? You have switched one of your 6 Coca-Colas a day for a Coke Zero, and you still have 5 full sugar ones, for instance, and you are annoyed that you haven't dropped the 5 kilograms that you want to lose? Have you really taken every step that would be possible for you right now? Wouldn't it be easier to have a 10-minute walk after dinner or something like that? Is it really that impossible to do that? Do you really want it that bad? Or is it just easier right now to be annoyed and to cry about it, basically? But, or would there, if you really own your shit in that sense and really be aware of the things that you could have done, are you sure that there isn't anything that you could have done in a maybe even fairly easy way? I'm not asking you to move into the mountains or the woods, live on your own, crash your phone, eat no fast food any longer, have no social contacts or family whatsoever. No, I'm just saying, are you really sure that you couldn't have taken any small adjustment on top of what you already did to take a change? And that's this kind of honesty component that I also always try to make people or try to let people develop this kind of skill, to be really honest about, okay, I'm annoyed or I'm sad about the results I made, but is it really in a relation to what I put in?
Yeah. I think that's super clear and super important to working on how honest are you with your process and how coherent you are with it. But something that I also think that it's talking again about the word with joy. I've had this experience with my daughter Emma, and when she was like 6, she was in piano lessons because I like the piano, but I never really learned it. So I said, no, I want to do better with my daughter. So we hired this teacher, very nice, and she was teaching her, of course, scales, right? So dun 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 dun, like weeks and weeks. And the whole point was that she was able to do like this little concert for us in 4 months or something. And what happened was that, she learned something, but every time that the teacher was home, Emma would go like, oh no. And it was like this effort. And I was just into my whole coaching stuff of, you have to push it, you have to go through it, you have to do stuff. And that's how you learn and you'll appreciate it in the future. But nowadays I would do it differently. And the sense that I would do it is, okay, so do you want to learn piano? That's the first question. Yeah? And she goes, yeah, maybe. Okay, that's a good start, because if she doesn't want to learn piano, that's going to be very hard. Yeah, maybe guitar, maybe something, sing, I don't know. But let's find something that she'll like. She's motivated to do, right?
Did she answer that question with yes?
Yes.
In the past? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I said, okay.
Okay,
we're good.
Dodge that bullet.
So,
okay.
But the next question, which I didn't do it at that time, was, what song would you like to learn? Like, which is your favorite song right now? So in that case, and this is Yatra. This is a very famous singer in Colombia. So of course, that's the singer for young girls. And I would have said, okay, let's find on internet like the simplest version of that song, like with 3 chords. You can play any song with 3 chords, right? So let's learn those 3 chords. And what we can do is that at the end of 1 or 2 sessions, maybe she'll start singing a song that she really enjoys, right? So once that she finds that with a little effort, she's doing something that she likes and she can see the progress, right? The next time it's going to be easier. Okay, let's choose another song, or let's try to add a different chord for this song, right? Or let's see if we can sing it longer or without any mistakes or whatever. But make it so that she enjoys what she's doing, because from the start, she can see, okay, this is cool. And that's really the way that I taught myself how to play guitar. It's exactly like that. I would go to internet, find that song in the simplest version ever, and then I would try and sing it and whatever. And after 15 minutes, I was sort of singing a song in guitar, and I was like, what? I thought you would have to practice scales and stuff. So I really think what you have to do during those processes, it's the first, do you really want to do it? It's like if someone wants to quit smoking, but they don't want to quit smoke.
Yeah.
That's really hard, right?
That's going
so
to be...
first, do you really want to do it? And then how can we make it fun? How can we make it that you like it and you can see some progress, and the natural reaction after that
is you want more.
And you want to improve.
Yeah.
Because you go, oh, I've noticed that if I put this little extra finger here, the chord sounds better. Or if I practice more, it sounds nicer, right? So you don't have to force the technical part into it, which is boring. Technical is boring, right? But first, feel the urge of, why do I want to do it? If you find the why, you don't have to get complicated on the how. The how will happen. You will find it. It's like a kid. They say, oh, I'm bored. Yeah, but wait. Give them 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Don't give them an iPhone. Don't give them a puzzle. Don't tell them what to do.
They will figure out something.
They will figure out.
Yeah.
100% of the time. Yeah. That's the problem. That we think that we have to tell them how to do everything. That's not the problem that we humans have. It's only to identify, what do I like? And if you follow what you like, you will find it how to do it joyfully in a way that you're going to enjoy it. Because it's not, I have to because someone told me. It's, I want to do it because I feel it. You know? And then sometimes that's when you're going to learn that, yeah, it's getting tougher, it's getting difficult. Then it's when you can do that extra work on, okay, let's push through this, right? The dopamine, it's because of the effort and not because of the result.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You start working with those. But I think we really, if I tell you something, Michi, if I tell you, okay, Michi, I want you to come up with the next training, a kick-ass training, like the most creative training you've ever done in your life. Would you sit down in your computer and stress about it, or what would you do?
Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot. I mean, you would get into a gym, maybe touch stuff, do exercises, try to, yeah.
You enjoy when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Your brain is working, all of your brain. But when you sit down and you say, I'm going to do my best job and I'm going to concentrate until something happens.
And put
you're
it on
just
paper.
using the neocortex. That's it. And you're forcing it and you're going to get a headache, right?
Yeah.
And you're forgetting about feeling what you do. So your best work, it's not when you're stressed. Your best work, it's not when you're being serious. Your best work, it's not when you're being rude to other people.
Yeah.
Your best work, it's when you're enjoying and coming up with new solutions to new ideas because you're having a good time.
Yeah, and if you are enjoying the experience as well, you invite other people to join you in that experience, and that's when you make it fun for them. When you share the passion, you sprinkle in some challenges for them to grow on, and also switch up things at the time and try to make people understand that there's room for and time for certain things, that you are allowed to have a rest or whatsoever. And yeah, the only thing that we want to make you understand is to create a certain kind of longevity or sustainability in that process, to make it possible that you stick to it.
Yeah.
And that is, in the end, what brought us together, and what still unites us on that mission basically is that if you find a way to create this experience with certain components, and you enjoy it yourself, and you invite other people to enjoy this experience with you, they eventually will get to the goal that they are looking for instead of just in a very pragmatic, rational way, as you mentioned, sit at the desk and try to figure out theoretically how to use 2 kilograms of body weight or whatsoever, but enjoy it and try to find food that they enjoy. Try to,
how does it make me feel?
Yes, try to substitute bad habits or habits that are slightly worse than what might be new. Or instead of taking smoke breaks, I could also take walk breaks or whatsoever.
Or breathing breaks.
Breathe more, sunlight breaks whatsoever. Instead of snacking on the couch, I could try to focus on, I don't know, finding a way to have more protein in all of my other meals so that I'm more saturated, so I don't have those cravings all the time to say, for me the meal is not done if I haven't had 2 Snickers bars afterwards or something like that. That is, it's more about creating that kind of process and experience, and to make it suitable for yourself, to stick to it, so you can have a form of long-term success.
And the funny thing about the experience stuff is that when someone is enjoying what they're doing, and since they're enjoying it, they repeat it more, and since they repeat it more, they're more passionate about it, is that people will always follow passion, because that's what they want to feel, right? They want to go like, why? Do you ever had that experience, Michèl, where you were with a teacher that they were so pumped or psyched because of a maths equation or because of a pulsar in the universe that you would say, why is this guy so excited about this? And you start like saying, okay, maybe I'm going to pay attention because he knows something that it's super cool.
And you want to know, Pablo, of course I have experienced stuff like that. And unfortunately, it was usually, until I came to university, it was usually in the subject I cared less about or I enjoyed the least.
But isn't it crazy that when someone shares passion for something that you go, there shouldn't be passion there.
Yeah, irrational passion.
Yeah. And then you go, I want to know more because I want the Kool-Aid that this guy is drinking, right? And that's what happens with brands like Apple or Patagonia. Patagonia, which is the best brand ever, is that they build such love and excitement for the brand, for the change that they want to represent, that it's help the world, protect our world. That the funny thing is that the people that you least expected start buying Patagonia. And that's a real problem from Patagonia, is that they have these bank bros from investment companies and stuff that they want to own the Patagonia vest, and Patagonia had to say to these kind of companies, I cannot sell you the branded vest for you guys because you're asking from a lot of companies and you don't represent what we're doing about it. But the banker bros, they see that someone is paying $80 for a used vest in eBay and just flipping their mind because they're so happy about their Patagonia and showing the brand that people want to buy that feeling.
Yeah,
right?
Be a part of that experience.
Yeah, and that's where a brand really works. And of course, that's not the secret. But people will chase passion because it's someone enjoying something that you didn't expect, right? It's like Coca-Cola, how it started. It said, if you drink Coca-Cola, you're unlocking happiness or open happiness, right? And if you think about it, it's the stupidest idea ever. Imagine if I, as a marketer, tell the company, okay, you know what? Coca-Cola is not good for hamburgers. Coca-Cola is not good for lunch. Coca-Cola will give you happiness. You will go, oh, come on, that's stupid. Nobody's going to believe that. Well, they've been saying it for 150 years. So when people ask for a Coca-Cola and they tell them, no, we don't have Coca-Cola, we have Pepsi, people go, well, okay. Because they are not receiving the happiness.
That's not the happiness.
Yeah,
right.
right? Because it's just they were convinced that we've seen so many people dancing and singing and kissing each other because of a Coca-Cola.
Don't forget the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, they just took this Scandinavian guy and turned it into red and white, and they had an image for happiness, right? So, of course, you have this marketing way of doing it, like Coca-Cola, and you have this savvy and natural organic way like Patagonia, right? Or like Apple did, where Apple said we're going to be tools for creative people. So we're selling creativity. If you're creative, you're welcome. You're here. You're home, right? And when you see all these geeks and these artists and these people who work in advertisement and they are putting stickers on the car, putting tattoos, then people go, why is someone so psyched up about an iMac? It makes no sense. But you want to go there because you want to taste that rainbow, right? It's like, come on, give me of that drink. That looks super fun. So if you enjoy and you're passionate about it, people will find you. But the secret is you have to do something that you enjoy because you know you're doing it for something else. And the experience will happen on its own.
And not only that, that was great, but it happens on both sides, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I create the experience because, dude, you got to create an experience.
Yeah, because you've practiced it and now you can recognize the patterns, you know?
Yes,
you
of
can
course.
see, okay, what do I have to do and what triggers certain emotions and...
Totally. And also, I get something back from creating it for someone else, and they have a lot better time or a way better time by having a unique experience that is not only a training or a computer or a vest or jacket that you can wear, but you really make it tangible for both sides, for a client and for yourself. That you're not just standing in any gym doing a personal training or something like that, but that you are in the best place that leaves no doubts, no needs, nothing that you might need or something, but just delivers all the possibilities, also gives both of the parties a certain feeling. And I mean, you experienced it yourself. You have been a gym owner in a very special sense. I mean, I think it's okay to say
of course.
You owned a cycling gym or studio in Bogota, and it was not just cycling. It was people cycling to music with dumbbell or crazy loud music in the dark with dumbbells on the bike and theme sessions with costumes or whatsoever, or singing and singing along and stuff like that, and really always trying to take people on that more dimensional experience. One could say, in a way, sort of a psychedelic experience. So you're not just cycling and releasing endorphins and stuff like that, but you're also singing to your favorite music, sweating, which makes you feel good, being with people that are the same or like-minded.
Vibe,
basically. Yeah, totally. And that is a very unique experience, which is for the trainer, which delivers energy for the trainer, and which also keeps the people coming back for more.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you say that in a way? And I always think, especially if you experience it differently in Germany and in other countries, I think we as customers, wherever we go, we are in a way responsible for the result of the experience that we are having there.
Okay.
Ourselves, in a way. So the much effort or the attitude that we put in when we go to a certain restaurant, despite the circumstances on their end. But if we are having a bad day and we are treating people really badly at that place, it's most likely that they can do whatever they want, but we are labeling it as a bad time or a bad place maybe. But in some cases we are not really fair with how much we can contribute to the experience ourselves. And of course, you can invite people and encourage people to have this kind of experience. And they are most likely, or it's the best if they are those kind of people that you want in your space or for your brand. But what would you say makes people value a certain kind of experience compared to another experience? What creates the X factor?
What I think the secret for a brand is that change that you're promising to do. Is it true with the emotion that the client will receive after having that experience with you, right? So for example, in the case with the indoor cycling gym that we had in Bogota, it was called Need My Rush. And the whole concept of this, it was, you're going to feel inspired after one of our classes, right? It was not about losing weight. It was not about how many calories you can burn, about the quality of the bikes. It was, you're going to be inspired. So the focus was, we're going to have cool music, beautiful people, in the sense, beautiful in the inside, in the nice people, happy people in a happy place, and coaches who are going to guide you with the concept. So let it go, gratitude, whatever. You just choose one thing where you can focus your mind in, instead of, I'm going to bike today, I'm going to do this exercise because I feel fat, or because I fought with my partner, or because I don't have the money that I want. It's let's just today we're going to pedal because we're just grateful. So start being grateful. Every time you pedal, just say something you're grateful for. Hot water, someone loves me, I have a job, I have a house, and then you start into this rhythm, right? So for me, the secret for this experience, it's if you promise something and people at the end sort of go like, oh, yes, I sort of felt that. It's true. I felt like I came here for a class and I left and I feel more energy and I'm smiling instead of my usual normal gym where you just go and do the repetitions and you're bored and you're frustrated and you're just jaded. So people, it's like when you go to see a comedy movie, right? If you choose to go to a comedy movie, the first 15 minutes of the movie, you want to laugh, right? You're willing to laugh. So if they say something...
You're almost waiting for it.
Yeah. And if they say something sort of funny, you're going to go... because you want to laugh. Mm-hmm. The problem is when in the first 15 minutes, you haven't laughed. Because then it gets the opposite feeling. That you go like, oof, I feel like that someone lied to me, right? Because I wanted to have a good time, and it's been 15 minutes, and that hasn't happened. So then it gets more and more difficult to get a laugh. Because people wanted that change, and they're willing to do the work for that change, but you didn't help them get there, right? So the experience, you have to work with the client the whole process, right? So you want them to be inspired by the way you greet them. Hello. Hey, nice to see you. Hey, what's up? What did you do yesterday? Hey, eat something. Did you eat already? Maybe you're tired. We want you to have energy. There's some nuts over there. Okay. And when the first person is smiling, your reflection is, I'm going to smile back to another person. So you start building this whole atmosphere within the place. And that would happen to us, that people would tell us, I don't know what happens. Whenever I see this person inside here in Rush, super nice person. Outside, a monster. But it's because people start reflecting the vibe that they're getting, right? So that's not free. Mm-hmm. That's because you've worked on that. I remember when I was hiring the receptionist, I was not looking for someone who was very good with payments and book management and the Excel. It was something who had a very beautiful smile and loved people. Like she really, and I found that person after 2 years, and she was the best employee, and she almost finished up being the manager, although she didn't have the experience, because the core that we needed, that it was someone who is happy to see you. So when you go into the gym, the first thing that you get is a really nice smile, and she had this superpower that she would remember everyone's name. It was amazing. She could remember everyone's name. So she would say, hey, Michèl, nice to see you. How is Nicole? So you go like, wow. So you're already like, you change your frequency, you change. So then you start building. So then I'll tell you, I'm going to give you darkness, good music. And if you want, you can cry, you can shout, you can laugh. And all of these things start building because you have very clear the emotion that you want to create, right? Because when we started, we knew that it was inspiration. That's it. So we didn't want to have pictures of beautiful bodies. We didn't want people to be able to have the cell phone during the class, disrupting the other person's moment.
Same here.
Exactly. So that's the secret of branding, is that since you don't have to choose between 20 words or 20 emotions, you already said which one. One. Just doing one, it's hard enough. So why do you push yourself to try to do everything, right? It's like if you go to a restaurant and they tell you, we've got sushi, pizza, Thai food, and French. You go, maybe you don't do any of those good, right? I'd rather go to the ramen place. Yeah. They only do ramen. That's what I want, right? So choose that feeling that you want to create, that you want to, that people are able to, because they are the ones responsible for.
Yeah.
You cannot, I cannot inspire someone. Right?
Yeah.
I can do stuff that can be inspiring.
Yeah.
But I cannot make them feel inspired.
That's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
That's their decision. But I have to give them the tools and the safety where they can feel that way. Right?
The platform, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the thing is that, and that's really hard and super hard for most companies, is to choose that one word. Because it's easier, as the same one as when we started, where I said, it's easier to sell everything to everybody because it's safer. But if I tell you that if I sell inspiration and rush, and someone comes out and I tell them, how do you feel? And they say, tired. You go like, now it's not working maybe. Or that person didn't get it or something. But it's very easy to measure it. Right? So, yeah. And that's the secret. That's the whole purpose of going, I'm willing to know that that's what I want to create. That's the change that people want to feel, right? That's why they are coming here. Maybe we have a kick-ass sound system. Maybe we have beautiful couches. Maybe, but at the end, they're not coming for that. They're coming because they felt differently. They felt inspired. So if you're willing to create that process, because it's a process, on seeing what works, what doesn't work, to allow, for example, the other coaches or the other people to find their way of feeling inspired, right? Because for some people it's screaming and just throwing the towel around, and for someone it's like quietly crying in silence, just relieving because of something that has happened, and they feel better after that. That's also inspiration, right? So yeah, it takes risk on choosing one word and then do everything so that people can feel it.
Ooh, that was deep and very, very powerful, I would say. But do you feel that that clients value this kind of or let's call it, let's say it like that. Would you say that clients in different parts of the world, for instance, now you can speak for Colombia and Germany as well, maybe also Spain a little bit.
Yeah.
So would you say that people value this very high quality of an experience differently in different parts of the world?
This is a good question, because I don't like it when I'm working with people from different countries. Or, for example, I've worked in Panama, in the United States, in Spain, or even in different cities in Colombia. And they would tell to me, no, Pablo, people here are different.
Yeah.
And I would go like, do you have here Nike? Do you have here Apple? Do you have Mercedes? Do you have McDonald's? Do you have Starbucks? And they go, yeah. Okay, so why does this brand work anywhere in the world? But for your brand, it only works with your people in this city or in this country. It makes no sense. That's just an excuse of saying, I'm scared and I want to do it my way because it's safer. Because at the end, we all go to the same movies. We all listen to the same music because it's the same experience. So people want an experience, okay? The thing is that it's easier if I tell you, Michèl, here you should have like what you have here, like a nice place where people can talk and sit, the coffee machine, whatever. It's easier to say, no, people here in Germany don't drink coffee. And probably they don't drink as much coffee. But it's a good excuse and a reason to tell them, you are welcome, sit down, have a chat. You know, it's more about I want you to do something different, not to do whatever you do every day. Here is a place where you act different because this kind of people, these people do this, right?
Yeah.
So it's not about if it works in Germany or in Colombia or something. It's if you give them the tools and if you help them, like the little push, they will do it.
Not just I totally get it. The thing is, wouldn't you say that the reaction, or rather the attitude towards the experience, is a little different? Because you were always describing the Colombian way of marketing as a very vibrant and also really direct form of communicating the emotions that are in it. And you also experienced that in Germany it is very different. It doesn't mean that one is better than the other, or that in Germany the other wouldn't possibly work. That's not what I'm saying, but rather different people are more aware of being drawn to a certain experience because of the emotions that are there, and for other people it's more subconsciously, or they still want to believe that they are in charge of their decision or whatsoever.
I think something that it's culturally different, it's what makes you feel safe. So for example, here in Germany, you need to trust your coach because he has had an education, right? That's
huge one.
huge here in Germany. It's very like you value good engineering, like the that
professionals.
It works. Yeah, exactly. So prove me first that, okay? Is it someone who is just like starting from scratch, or so I understand the need of the diplomas and because that's status, and that's also trust. That helps you build trust, okay? So if you get that, it's like, okay, now that we've gone beyond that point, now if you trust me, let me take you to this place, right? Because I haven't met anyone who hasn't enjoyed a new experience when they feel safe. You know, it's like when you go to a restaurant and they serve you with smoke and with a lot of showmanship and different presentations and colors, you enjoy it. Even if you're German, Chinese, or Colombian, you're going to enjoy that, right? So the thing is when we go like, oh, that's too different. Yes, that's the whole purpose. And in my, when people ask me, okay, why are you living in Germany? I go, no, we really like it here. And people go, why? and our response is, we love it here than in Germany. I know that people don't have the natural response of smiling, right? If they're walking the streets or when you come into a shop, nobody's going to greet you with a huge smile. But we've learned with my wife and my daughter that if we come in with a huge smile and talking like happily and hello, how are you? You get exactly the same energy right back.
People are willing to do it.
They're super willing, and you can see how their faces light up.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe if you ask me, are German people like this energy of happiness spreading all around? No. But they want to. Right?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm feeling, that I've been living in Germany my whole life, and I've experienced very different people, but most people who got their basic cultural imprint or who were raised here and conditioned in a German kind of way we do not have a very good or very transparent or open connection with our emotion. And there is something else in Italy and maybe in France and especially in South America, I guess, which definitely, uses emotions or displays emotions in a different way, because emotions do play a different role in the culture or in the whole society. And if you ask me, a more natural, a way healthier role than probably in some of the German cases. And I think that people, that's once again what you were explaining, they value when you come in with a smile, because they feel invited to have sort of the same happy experience, even though they are the person working there. Yeah,
it's something super interesting. The reason that I started Rush, one of the reasons is we were going through this bad stage in the marriage with Juliana and in my work. I was like jaded. I was just feeling that I was working for money.
With the marketing agency,
with the
before
branding
that.
agency.
Yeah.
I thought that we were growing with these clients, that we were not working with the owners, but with the stakeholders. And so it became so much about money. So at the end, I was thinking, I'm just working for money. It's just, I'm investing hours and I got money. And I'm not seeing my family. I'm not seeing my daughter. I'm becoming this person who wants to control everything and who knows all the answers. So it came to a point where it said we were contemplating divorce with Juliana. So the thing that I said, and like you said it, that you have to look inside of you and see what's on your baggage, right? And I said, okay, if I divorce and I start a new relationship, all the problems are going to be solved, because the problem was the relationship with Juliana. Or is it the person that I am, and I'm going to take those same problems to the next relationship? So if that's the situation, it's better to work right now than work it on the second or on the third or on the fourth relationship, right? So I said, I have to do something where I have to work on myself every day. And not only like physically, but on new ideas, new concepts. And the best way to learn something is to teach it. And the other reason is, I said, I cannot believe that everyone that I know moves because of money. Because, of course, you start meeting with the same kind of people, right? Where everything is about money and everyone's talking about their social club, and the car that they bought, the new
status.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, I don't believe that everyone's like that here. Because that's what I thought. That's how we Colombian or people from Bogota are. So when I started Rush, I just said, what happens if I build a place where this is the value of happy people in a happy place, where they feel inspired, they want to learn something else besides just training, but feeling good. And the amazing thing is, this whole new group of people showed up that I didn't even know that existed in my city. Beautiful people with a nice spirit, willing to help. Everyone was friendly, sort of what you have here in your winter fest and summer fest. And it's amazing how you bring these people together.
Yeah.
This vibe, and the same thing would happen. Someone would come in that you would go, oh man, I would really appreciate that they don't
sign up.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't have to say anything. You don't have to say, I'm sorry.
It's not right for them.
No, they know. Because everyone's having fun. If they take out the cell phone, everyone looks bad at them. So they go like, what's this stupid place? Perfect.
Yeah.
That's so good. But you build this community of people that really want that. So that's why I say it's not a country. It's not a city. It's the people that you're inviting. Because you have all sorts of people everywhere, right? It's different if you're saying that I only want a genetic kind of information. Then, in your country, But a personality type, people who enjoy this kind of stuff, it's everywhere. Definitely. How can you say that they're German or they're South American or they're Italian? It's whoever wants to feel this way.
Yeah.
Yeah? But again, it's scary.
Yes, totally.
Because you can say, and I remember when I was looking for investors, which I didn't find, and we became the best fitness centers for 3 years in a row in Bogota, and nobody wanted to invest in the business because...
By only cycling, by the way.
Yeah.
No, not a fitness gym, no weights. Else.
And only one place.
Yeah.
And they said, there's not enough people for that. and a lot of people that were very savvy, business savvy. And I went like, okay, yeah, maybe. Let's try. And there were a lot of nice people willing to just feel this way. So that's why you have to be brave. When you said it's about being brave, that's it. Someone has to be the one who smiles. Someone has to be the one who says, I enjoy sweating. Someone has to say, I enjoy finding my process and owning it.
Yeah.
Someone has to say it.
Yeah.
And someone will say, ooh, finally.
That's what I want to do.
And that's why people come here.
Yeah.
And
nice.
That's why you build a community of people who say, I want to belong here and be part of
that. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, Pablo, I mean, once again, you summed it up perfectly. You have to value the experience that you want to create first. You have to walk the talk that you want to bring to the people. You have to have experienced it yourself or be a part of it, live it, and then make people or teach and guide people in a very Gandalf kind of way. This is the way. I will not be able to walk it with you, but I will fire you up to go there, to create this kind of responsibility, to be honest with your emotions or whatsoever, and create those skills. And it's always an honor to have you here.
No, dude,
and once again, I know that you are not really planning to do it on purpose, but you really inspired, at least me, from
Well,
this inspiration once again. That's my I don't know, I don't want to say monthly dose of Pablo, but I could use it way more often, and I think we all could. So for those who may be able to listen to a Spanish podcast, you also have a podcast with inspiration.
Yeah,
do you want to share it?
It's called Quiero mi rush. The original name of my gym was Need My Rush, which it means and quiero, it's more want my rush, because it's not a necessity, and it's more about sharing my curiosity. So I love learning. I really love and being amazed and in awe, and I just like to share every day something that amazed me. Right? And just share it. That's it. And that's the whole concept, that it's in Spanish. And maybe one day in English, for sure. But it's, from Monday to Friday. And it's in Spotify and Apple and everything. And it's Quiero mi rush. Like, I want my rush.
And it's also Instagram if somebody wants to have another dose on that.
Yeah.
I don't know if my podcast has any substance or a platform or a meaning, but I don't know, even if there's one person who listens to this and finds you, I think that would be a great benefit. And once again, thank you so much for all you've done. And thank you for making people valuing different experiences and brands in the way you do, and inspire people who try to make their brands happen. And you do a great job, from what I can say.
Thanks, dude. It's just a great pleasure of being here and watching everything just evolve from the last years. It's like I really feel happy here. It's just how someone really owned the process and sharing it and enjoying it. So it's just a thrill, dude.
Thank you so much, my man.
Yeah,
Take
thanks.
care, and let's keep the experiences coming, and let's keep enjoying and valuing them together all the time.
Que berraquera.
Que berraquera, my man. Take care. Bye-bye. Vielen Dank für deine Aufmerksamkeit, und hoffentlich konntest du aus dieser Folge heute etwas für dich mitnehmen. Deine Fragen, Anregungen und Feedback erreichen uns unter mail@fit8.com. Auf allen Social-Media-Plattformen kannst du uns unter @fit8 folgen, um weiteren Content rund um die achtsame Fitness zu erhalten. Auf der Website fit8.com kannst du unseren Newsletter abonnieren, und außerdem würden wir uns sehr über ein Abo und eine Bewertung des Podcasts freuen, um Own Your Process weiter beim Wachsen zu helfen. Bis zum nächsten Mal, und wie immer, gib Acht auf dich.